All right, we're at day 33. We are packing up in the shelter, soaking wet. Everybody's geared up. Cubit's ready to roll. We found Bloobs yesterday. Hadn't seen him in a while. Thanks for all your getting water and making eggs for everybody this morning.
Yes. Making a massive
There you
fire.
go. Had the fire going most of the evening, so that's pretty awesome.
It was a good night.
All things considered, aside from the fact that everything was soaking wet, it was a good night. And we've got fog and nastiness this morning. I think maybe it's gonna burn off. I don't know. It's gonna be partly cloudy today. I thought sunny earlier, but no, partly cloudy is what they're calling for now. So we've got 13 miles in partly cloudy to Hogpen Gap Shelter, and there's a story behind that shelter that I'll share with you up the trail today. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you up the trail. Well, we've come out of the woods into a field this morning. Had a little bit of an up coming out of the shelter. I think mostly ridge walking today. We've got one climb about midday. Shouldn't be too bad. Heading towards Hogback Ridge Shelter today. Not a whole lot to see up here. The clouds have got everything socked in. Rested well last night. Everything was still wet this morning. Thankfully, I had one dry pair of hiking clothes to put on. And hoping that some of my other stuff will dry out, but I don't know that it will today. It's supposed to stay socked in, I think, most of the day. And there's Cubit. Well, I'll shoot videos while I can. I don't think it's supposed to rain today, but I think what we got right now is pretty much what we're going to get. I'm noticing somebody's been along through here with a horse. I see the footprints in the mud down here. Hopefully the pictures that I took last night of the shelter came through. I don't know, it was dark. We had a couple of red lights on, so maybe you could see how we were stacked in there like sardines, head to toe to head, because everybody's pads are wider on one side than the other. But rested well, and hopefully today's hike will be not as arduous as yesterday's. That rock stuff that we had late in the day yesterday would have been a whole lot more fun had it not been raining, and had we been able to get some views from Howard's Rock. But I'm glad we did it. We're maybe about to duck out of the woods here, back out of this field into the woods again. Not really raining right now, but stuff is still blowing off the trees. But our hope is to keep as dry as we can today, because of all of our rain gear is completely wet out. If I remember right, I think there's a grave site or a place where someone sprinkled some ashes right over here on the left. I have to look and see about that. And then somewhere too, I think today, and I haven't looked ahead, I'm just completely going on old memory. I think we passed the Sheldon graves today. I'm not certain. I'll have to stop and look that up in a little bit. I came across these standing stones today. Hope it's not anywhere close to first day of spring or first day of winter or whatever, where the chances are that you could fall through those stones. If you know the book, you know the book. I just assumed not land 200 years ago. But still waiting on my next Outlander book to come open on my library app. I knew this was coming up today, just from memory. So Howard F. Bassett, his ashes were laid here in 1988. So bless him, and he must have been a real fan of the trail for his family to have thought so much as to hike his ashes out here and put them up here. So remembering those we've lost. One of the neat things about the trail, we'll pass several graveyards as we go along, and it's always interesting to me to think about the history of the people that lay there and their families, and some of the graveyards are rather old. I mentioned the Sheldon graves. I'll have to check my guide and see if that's today. But those are some Civil War graves just off to the right of the trail. And there's a story that I'll have to look up because I don't think I've got that stored on my history document. I need to go back and find some time in town and add to that a little bit so I've got some more stuff to tell you about. But I do think they're coming up today, somewhere not too far down the road. We'll see. Well, we've come to the Big Butt bypass, and we're going this way, so maybe we're going over Big Butt. We'll see what happens. Well, I've reached the Blue Blaze over to the Shelton Graves. I believe I will since it's not raining. It's just right over here, not far at all. Should be right out here in this field up here. So what I'll have to do is be sure that I take a still so I can do a little bit of a voiceover when I edit the video and give you some information. But I know these are the graves, I'm pretty sure, of two brothers, Civil War era. And I don't remember a lot of the facts. But we'll pop in here and take a good picture. Alrighty, David Shelton and William Shelton. North Carolina Infantry there, pretty sure. And North Carolina Infantry, oops, way off. Went wrong way. North Carolina Infantry there. Come around here and take a picture of this. There we go. And I'll take a couple of stills and I'll tell you more about this in a little bit.
This spot marks the final resting place of three Civil War Unionists, David Shelton Jr., William Shelton, and Millard Hare. All three were killed in July of 1864. The author of this website, emergingcivilwar.com, says, while returning to a family gathering during the Civil War, the uncle David Shelton and nephew William were ambushed near here and killed by Confederates. And they're all laid to rest here by their family.
Alrighty, here it is. I heard it coming. Mountain stream of the day. A little bit of cascading here. We'll walk up the way here. I'm on trail still. We're gonna cross over it. Nice little pool right up here. And we got a gently cascading little stream coming down through here. It heads on down through the woods a ways down there. Pretty. So the rain is held off today. I'm definitely grateful for that. And tomorrow we'll wait and see. I don't know. The last forecast we had was showers, but hopefully not a downpour like we had yesterday. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go up the trail. Well, we've got a twofer today. Probably not even half a mile. We've got another stream coming right down here across the trail, and it's running hard. I'm sure exacerbated by the rains that we had pretty much all day yesterday. But another beautiful slice of nature here for you today. Well, still moving up trail this morning. Just came into a gap and met a day hiker and climbed up out of that. And our lunchtime shelter is less than half a mile away, I think. Maybe even less than that. Oh, yeah, I see it right up there. I see the ridgeline. So I'm almost to lunch, and it's not even noon yet. It's, let's see, probably pushing 11 o'clock. So we've made really good time this morning. Have a feeling we're going to get our heads handed to us in the afternoon, though. I think there's a little bit of a climb this afternoon, but it'll be what it'll be. We are going to come over here to the shelter up here on the hill and have a bite of lunch, refill the tanks, and hopefully that'll give us the oomph we need to get up the road this afternoon. Oh, okay, so there's a side trail right here to it. We'll go up there. I'll check in with you when we get there. Bloops is already up there. All right, we have all arrived at our shelter for lunch. And we are getting stuff together and eating and drying stuff. I don't know how much it's going to dry, but it's a good thought. We got the whole gang here plus Bloops. We're having a great day today. Much easier hike today than yesterday so far. Probably bite us in the tail this afternoon though. Hello again. We are in between the Laurel Shelter where we all had lunch and Rector Laurel Rd. And then from there, we're gonna have about a 2.5 mile climb. But so far today, I think we're all making really good time. Hopefully that climb won't be a big interruption in the middle of it. We had about a 3 mile from the shelter to the roadway, which I think we can do in about an hour. But then after that, when we start climbing, I'll probably slow down quite a bit. But it's good to have a good lunch. See everybody. We dried stuff a little bit on the line. Hopefully it dried a little bit, not a lot, but we'll get there. And I think we're gonna have some rain again tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. All right, don't know if you can see them. They may be long gone, but I just saw 3 deer down in the bottom down here. There goes the tail of one of them. There they are. Well, maybe. Here they come. I don't know whether you can pick them out or not. That's kind of neat. Well, coming in to Rector Laurel Rd, which means I've been 3 miles since lunchtime. Mostly downhill, and that's about to change, but it'll be what it'll be. We've been really blessed to have good friends with us this trip. We've made all these friendships along the trail, and that's been awesome. That's kind of what you do out here, is find some folks that you're hiking at about the same pace as and kind of link up for as much time as you're allowed. But we'll stay together as much as we can, but we have to hike our own hike. We're still trying to plan our trip into Irwin. It's looking a lot more like it's going to be a Nero than a zero, which is probably just as well that we do that. I think we got a couple of 10-mile days to hike tomorrow and the day following, and just maybe 6 or so miles down into town, and it's mostly downhill all the way into that valley where the Nolichucky River lives. Well, I may have spoken too soon. This is probably Rector Laurel Rd as I remember it, and the hostel's right down there, but not going there. We're going to start heading uphill now, and that makes a whole lot more sense time-wise as well. And I'm just now getting 3 miles away from that shelter. It is, 12:55, that's an hour, that's about right. An hour and 3 miles. So, starting to climb now, and beautiful little creek right here that we're crossing. Not as nice as some of the ones we saw earlier. But we got a nice little bridge, and I'm gonna head across and start going uphill. All right, so we're climbing up this hill and just came across this little grave site with daffodils. Joe Riddle, 1877, 19 something, I can't make it out. And there's another one right down here. Bloops saw these. I missed it. I saw the fence. Yeah.
1865.
Wow. Interesting. Got daffodils on both. I wonder if they've still got family maintaining or not. I don't know if we're going to cross this or not, but this may be the biggest stream we've seen. Oh yeah, I see Blues up there, so we'll cross it in a minute. Thought I would record it for you. Well, we did cross this stream a few minutes ago. Now we're up from it, we're crossing it again. Beautiful little waterfall right here. Hope you'll enjoy that. And it just kind of keeps on coming down, and we'll cross right here. And it heads on down into this little crease right here. Well, here's a picture of that waterfall from above. Seems like we're going to climb all the way up to the top of this ridge right here. And boy, it's steep. But we'll get there. Well, okay then. Here's something we've not seen in several days. It's a view. We walk down and get past these briars. Haven't checked the back of my backpack to see if my clothes that are hanging there are dried, but hopefully they're better than they were. But wow, what a view today. I'm gonna zoom in just a tad. And we'll pan a little bit slowly. Wow, awesome. So I have been climbing for, it seems like forever. I'm kind of between the saddle of two things. I think I'm gonna go up and over this thing right here, and then we'll be downhill mostly to the shelter, maybe a little bit of a kick at the end, but we're not too far out. But it's been a good day of strong hiking today. I've been able to move forward without having to stop a whole lot, even though we've been going up some pretty steep things. You saw the pictures of the stream that was coming down through the valley there that we hiked up and over. We crossed it 4 or 5 times, I think. So it's been a beautiful day, and to cap it off with this view just kind of adds to it. So, wow, gorgeous. Whew, boy, am I tired. And boy, am I happy to see what's over here to my right. You probably can't make it out, but right through here in the middle of the screen, that's Hogback Ridge Shelter. And we are there. Nice sign here, shelter to the right. I believe it will. I'll wander down through here. I'll show it to you when we get there. Oh, you're fine. Come on through. We have all made it. And Squat has built us a fire. We got some tunes going on here. This is, I think it's Groundhog Shelter is the name of it. I lost all my light when I tried to zoom. There we go. We'll show you tomorrow. But anyway, this is where we met our trail family in 2019, where we met Angel and Bullfrog. So this is kind of a sentimental place. We've been back here with them once before, and we're gonna have a good night and hopefully be able to get up and out into our next shelter before the rain starts tomorrow. And I'm afraid the rain is gonna be really bad the day after, but we've got a couple of 10-mile days and a 6-mile day. It's gonna be fun. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us.